In a world where hopium and common sense collide, starring the CryptoKeeper and BlockchainCrusader. Welcome to Debate Crypto. Question everything.
Trust nothing.
Wow. Hold on. My can you hear that? My phone.
What's going on with your phone?
My phone, I accidentally hit the YouTube thing. I was trying to like downsize something. My phone hit YouTube and it was like starring and it was playing the intro. So at any event, good evening, crypto fam. Hope everybody is doing well on this Wednesday evening. It's What If Wednesday, and we've got a banger of a conversation coming for you. So much of a banger. Miguelito está tomando para empezar.
Oh, yeah, I need it. I need it today. Not just what we're covering tonight is going to be hot, but it's just been a long day.
It's just been one of those days. You know what? I've had about 3 of those. You know what? I had a good week when I was out of town, but the weeks bookending that have been tough. I hear you. I hear you. But Crypto fam, we're glad that you're here. As always, What If Wednesday is where it is at. We're going to dive into some interesting topics. Actually that a good friend of the channel, good friend of mine and Miguel's, Ben Armstrong, BitBoy, has been talking to me about, and I'm interested to dive into it. Now, that being said, dive into the Discord. Last night, we gave away half an ETH. Freaking Shambles won half an ETH. I got to tell you, that's a nice payout, and we've got more to come. So make sure that you get involved in the faction game. If you're not already in there, make sure that you own an NFT in the Danger Close ecosystem, if you will, and you can get involved from there from the Discord. DangerCloseAlpha.com. Get that. We got merch coming. Hey, Miguel, did you see that somebody had asked about doing book bags?
Yes, dude, doing like real bug out bags.
Yeah, it's super dope. So I haven't sent that out to Garrett yet, but I think we need to send that out to him. I asked them to, and I think they gave a couple examples in the Discord. I asked them to kind of give an example of what they were looking for. I think I saw some examples, so I'm super excited about seeing, what he says about that. I don't see why we couldn't do it. He's basically told me anything we want to put, we can put on there. So yeah. All right, so that's what it is. Make sure you're following us on Twitter. Do all the socials things. Smash the likes, guys. We're gonna have some fun tonight. Like I said, let's take a look at the markets before we do anything else, because as always, that is why you are currently, or most of the time, here. Let me update this. The global crypto market cap is $942.68 billion with a B dollars. That's up 1.12%. It's green, baby. I like it. Bitcoin at 19,498, up 2.18%, 5.5%, 5.6% on the week. That's good to see. ETH up about 1%, 0.88, and up 7.45% on the week. Good to see. Rounding out the top 10, basically, we're somewhere between flat and 7-8%. I actually don't even see anything in. This is how much the crypto space follows Bitcoin and rides its coattails. I'm at 40. Let's see here. Where are we at? Tell me when you see a large green number, Miguel, because I haven't seen one yet. Here we go. Helium. That's 63. You got to go down 63 places in the lineup to get to over 5%, 9.89. I don't even know what's going on there. We've got a helium miner. We're up 9.89% on the week and 18.32%. What's going on there?
Helium is moving on to the Solana network.
What? Really?
Yeah, they're collaborating. Yep.
Really? So I'll just throw this thing out the window now because it's going to be powered down soon. Is that what's about to happen? Just power down the helium miner because it's going to be powered down on the blockchain anyway.
Pretty much.
All right, that's what it is. So yeah, let's talk about it. Let's get right. Let's dive into it. Well, first of all, no, let's not. Miguel, we sold out. Tell the people what's kind of the game plans moving forward as we take our next step in the NFT space. What do we got coming up?
Yeah, so first mission has been accomplished, right? Minting out the rest of the bags. We gave away half an ETH for that accomplishment, and now we've got more missions coming your way. Everything is not going to be a money involvement. There's going to be ways to be involved in the faction and gain points for your faction without having to spend any money, right? Being active in the community, doing social media engagement, doing the presentations, doing all kinds of different challenges, and there's all kinds of different angles for you to help your team. So don't think, hey, I don't have any money right now, things are tight, I can't really play, I can't really help out my team. There is definitely room for you and room to strategize on how to get more points even without using money.
Yeah.
Shortly after this, right, as these missions keep going out, what's coming up next is the commodities, right? We have a cipher in the chat, in the Discord, that is getting closer and closer to the end. Once this cipher is completely solved, we're going to be one step closer to the commodities drop. And then once the commodity drops come out, then things are really going to start skyrocketing in the faction war with a lot more point system, a lot more, how should I say, different angles that you can go about. So definitely get involved. There's a lot of special traits within the commodities. They're going to have very special bonuses features in the future. So if you guys know what the commodity drops are, well, what kind of traits is it really going to have? There's going to be some big curve thrown on there that's going to have big benefits.
You there?
Yeah,
you just did like a robotic freeze on my end of things, and then all of a sudden the word jumped from point A to point B. Maybe it was me. I don't know. At any event, yes, lots coming up with the faction game. Excited about that. So stick around. When those commodities come out, we've got an interesting game plan, which we will kind of more present to you as we figure out the riddle that they're trying to figure out right now of how those commodities are going to be released. I think you guys are really going to like it. We have some interesting thoughts and game plans for that, and it's going to be fun as always. Fun. And we're going to refocus and try to really focus as we move forward with the commodities on the prepping. Like, let's get people prepared. We've got a lot going on right now. I don't know if you've seen out there, freaking gas pipeline out in the middle of the ocean mysteriously is like blown up. There's some talk about that. Hold that thought. Come here, baby. Come here. Yeah, I know that's Jesus. Okay, come here. Hey, who's daddy's girl? Hey, who's daddy's girl? Who's daddy's girl? Oh, she said, give me my passy. That's what she said. This is your reminder to get yourself a Ledger hardware wallet. She is not happy, wants to go to bed. Mwah, I love you. Hardware wallets are where it's at. She let me down tonight, I got to tell you. But yeah, so there's a lot going on right now in the prepping side of things, guys. I know sometimes it can feel, you talk to somebody, you talk to a neighbor, you start talking about prepping, and it has this like stigma to it. And I always try to tell people it doesn't have to be that way. It can just be something as simple as, like you would maybe when somebody has like an exorbitant amount of, I don't know, extra like money in a savings account that's not like doing anything for them. You would be like, why? That's not earning anything for you. Well, it's that safety net. That's all we're trying to do here, is help you build a safety net. So we're going to definitely focus on that. All right, let's do it. Let's get into it. So many of you follow our boy BitBoy Crypto, and he has kind of an inside source on some stuff that we want to talk about. Let's talk about it. We've got a little thing called the Bit license. So my question tonight is, what if the Bit license goes nationwide? And we're going to explain what the Bit license is. And I'm really interested to hear, Miguel, you've always got some fun ideas on some of this stuff. So I'm interested to hear what your thought process is on this. I know what mine looks like. But the Bit license, okay, let me explain it to you first. I'm going to pull this up and take a peek at this. I'm going to read this to you from, I'm not going to pull this up because it's no fun to look at, but I'm going to read some of this to you from Wikipedia. The Bit license is a common term used for business license for virtual activities, issued by the New York Department of Financial Services under regulations designed for companies. The regulations are limited to activities involving the state of New York or New York residents. People residing in, located in, or having business in or conducting business in the state of New York fall under these regulations. Then it goes on to tell you who it was designed by, who it falls under. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Here's what it says. The regulations define virtual currency business activity as any one of the following types of activities: receiving virtual currency for transmission or transmitting virtual currency, except where the transaction is undertaken for non-financial purposes or doesn't involve a transfer of more than a nominal amount of money. We'll talk about that. Storing, holding, or maintaining custody or control on behalf of others. Buying and selling virtual currencies as a customer business, okay? Performing exchange services as a customer business, or controlling, administering, or issuing virtual currencies. Now, there are some excluded things, which would be development of software, and then merchants and consumers that use virtual currencies, cryptos, for the purchase and sale of goods. So, where did you go, Miguel? Oh, you changed it up on me. You made me big for a second there. All right. I was feeling special. So ultimately what's happening here, in the state of New York, you have to hold right now, this is back to 2014, a bit license if you want to be in the business of cryptocurrencies. Okay. It's incredibly difficult to get. I will tell you the companies that hold one right now. Miguel, would you venture to guess the companies in the United States that hold a bit license right now?
I would say they're all the centralized exchanges, right? Coinbase.
That's a good guess. Okay, Coinbase is one of them. Gemini is one of them.
FTX.
Crypto.com. Well, they're not in the United States.
Oh, okay. Well, who else we got in the United States? Binance.us.
There it is. Those are literally, that I know, the 4 that hold this license. Okay. What are we talking about here? You're like, come on, Keeper. What are we getting at? I'm getting there. Okay. Because this is big. This is really interesting. So ultimately what's happening is these massive companies hold all of the cards as it relates to being able to act as a business in the crypto space. Well, Sam Bankman-Fried, okay, is the number 2, and again, we'll get into this too, but he's the number 2 biggest donor for the Biden administration. Now, I already know people are like, oh, here Keeper goes off on his political tangent. Not even going there yet. We're going to get there. But ultimately, he is what looks to be a political pawn. What is FTX.us, who Sam Bankman-Fried owns? What are they doing right now? They are absorbing all of these companies that are going under. They're absorbing Celsius. They're absorbing Voyager. They're absorbing those are the 2 big ones. But there's who was the one that got in all the trouble and got massive fines?
Yeah. Oh my god, dude! It's just like Celsius, but it's bit something.
It's bigger. It was the big dog.
It's bit something. Let me see what I have.
Wow. Come on, somebody in the chat.
I can't remember what it is.
Oh my gosh, it'll come to me in a minute. But ultimately, they're absorbing all these massive companies. Okay, he is taking them over. Well, when you start taking over all of these companies, and only these massive companies are able to hold this, what happens when this goes federal? The idea that's being presented, and Sam Bankman-Fried is putting money towards this in back channels right now. He's trying to make it a federal law that every single state and region and district makes you have a bit license. So what's he doing? He's positioning businesses in every single state and place. And basically he's trying to monopolize the crypto space. Well, that's one thing, centralization. But the second thing is there's an agenda at hand here that the administration in right now is pushing. Now they have a pawn that is a billionaire that is pushing to make this a nationwide thing. Miguel, what are your thoughts originally on having a company so big monopolizing the crypto space that is a massive political donor? I don't care to which party, but just a massive political donor that is pushing back channels to try to basically, because what he's going to do is he's going to try to push everybody out of the crypto space, period. There's going to be a few companies that will stick around, the ones we just mentioned. Everybody else is going to, because they can't do what needs to be done. What are your thoughts on this?
Before I give the answer, guys, it's not Bitfinex. It's not any of that stuff. It's not an exchange. It's a platform that was just like Celsius, and it's called Bit something, or was called Bit something. I can't, blockchain something.
BlockFi. It was
BlockFi. There you go. BlockFi.
It was BlockFi. It was BlockFi. Yeah, and yes, it was BlockFi. That's what it was. Yep. So they're absorbing them as well.
So every company in the crypto space that has had some type of issue since the collapse, right? Since everything has been going down, our boy Crypto Zuckerberg over there is literally
Crypto
trying
Zuckerberg.
to put his hands in purchase and get their assets for dirt cheap, get their company structures, whatever, under his control, right? And he's come out like a hero, right? When it first started, if you guys look back, he came out saying, I want to help the rest of the crypto space. I have extra money. I can give money to these guys and I can bail them out. I can help them. And that's when the whole bailout conversation started happening. I believe that was around April, May time this year. So when that conversation started occurring, now we're starting to see a little bit more in depth of his mastermind plan that our boy Crypto Zuckerberg is actually trying to monopolize the crypto game, right? And at the same time, help the administration to push things in that path, not just for his benefit, but for the government's benefit as well, right? And he's explaining how it would benefit this and that. So things are becoming centralized. Things are becoming institutionalized. Things are becoming the traditional system. It's simple as that. The traditional system is trying to take over. People are jumping into crypto. Every cycle you see new people jumping in, new heroes emerging, right? And these new heroes are actually just a bunch of Trojan horses being used to capture you, thinking, yeah, I'm here to help, just like the government, right? I'm the government, I'm here to help. And instead, they're just trying to benefit themselves and steal power and benefit from the people in the crypto space. And that's all they care about. All they care about is money. All they care about is pushing the agenda, greasing hands and making deals that's going to make them boatload of money. Why? Because they're the house, right? They don't lose. They are the banks. The banks don't lose. The house in the casino doesn't lose no matter what, right? No matter how friendly they look, no matter how much they give back, they're always deep in the profit. And that's how they incentivize you to come in and they befriend you. And that's what's happening in the crypto space. People need to start waking up. The crypto revolution is dying. I mean, at this point, if this continues to grow, this continues to go that way, the crypto market is going to be the traditional system market, right? It's going to be trash. We're not going to see the volatility that we've ever seen, which is the speculation, which is what makes people life-changing money, which is what is freedom, right? It's real freedom. Once it's completely stable, like everybody wants it to be, then it's no longer freedom. It's just consolidated, controlled, frozen asset that is manipulated and controlled by the institutions to their benefit. And I don't know if this is a what do you call it? Kind of like, we kind of deserve it, right? People are so greedy about money and they want to make so much money in crypto. They just jump in thinking about dollars, and they'll pray and hope for anything to make their bag skyrocket to the moon. There you have it. You want your rocket to the moon, who owns that rocket? Somebody owns that rocket. Somebody built that rocket. There's rules on how to get into that rocket, and doesn't mean you're going to be part of the party.
So I have this shirt on purpose tonight. It says unbanked, right? Which means unbank, like unbankman freed. Like say no to Sam Bankman-Fried. I got to tell you, we have a friend. I'm not going to name this person, but we have a friend in the crypto space that is friends with Sam Bankman-Fried. And I just want to tell you that I know this for a fact. He is not a crypto person, like flat out not a crypto person. He was what Miguel was talking about, just in it for the money. Now, let's back up a second. When I got into the crypto space, for purely money. I've been very open about that. I got into the crypto space as an opportunity to make money. But once I got into the crypto space and really recognized what the power at hand, like what we could do as the people, bringing back some of the power, and I really started to recognize what the banks do, the manipulation that happens, the basically unfair lending practices, the things that they are able to, rules for thee but not for me. When I started to recognize all that from getting into the crypto space, I realized, wow, there's so much more at play here. But my understanding is Sam Bankman-Fried is not a crypto guy, even to so much as like basically openly will talk about, hey, as long as it makes me dollars, not Satoshis, I don't give a crap what happens. So he is all about money, money, money. If you have somebody in the crypto space now becomes the biggest in the crypto space that cares nothing but genuine the US dollar, that same person donated more US dollars than anyone else in the world besides one other person or entity to a to a party, and not just to a party, but a certain administration. What do you think is happening? Well, they are being used as a puppet. There is a puppeteer, right? And they are doing as they are told. And the game rules go like this: you donated us money. Thank you very much. We will put you in a position of power to regulate and regulate, but basically have rule over a certain space. But with that power comes great responsibility. The responsibility is do whatever the heck we tell you to do. And so what ends up happening is he makes all of this money, but he essentially sells his soul to the Democrats at this point, to the Biden administration, for that exchange of money. And you're going to be willing to do whatever it takes. Now, you start pushing for something. Well, is it really just him pushing for it? Well, I'm going to guess there's more at play there. I'm going to guess that as this new push towards central bank digital currency starts to come out, think about it. The US dollar, though skyrocketing, the Dixie right now is absolutely rocking and rolling, right? The US dollar is in trouble. We are going to default on a bunch of debt. How could we possibly make it at least look as if we have fixed the problem? Well, we introduce a new type of currency with some sort of a wild explanation. I mean, we change all sorts of definitions. So, I mean, all we got to do now is just give like a weekend off where everything went out and then poof, oh my gosh, I don't know how much we owed, but we have a solution. Here it is. And introduce these central bank digital currencies. Now, what's happened? You have the highest person in power in the crypto space as a political pawn, as a ruling figurehead in ultimately what, like Miguel said, the legacy financial system. If this happens, okay, now mind you, right now this is a New York thing. They're pushing for it nationwide. If this were to happen, it will be tragic for the crypto space, because what will happen? We essentially will have our new banking system just structured a little bit differently, and probably not even structured so much differently. It's just going to be like the banking system on blockchain. Is that what y'all showed up for? Because I might have originally showed up for, to increase my bank account, but that's not why I stayed. That's not what I'm here for moving forward. That's not the morals that I'm trying to live for and pass forward now. I'm scared, man. So let me ask you, Miguel, what happens to our crypto if this falls into place? Let's say we got Sam Bankman-Fried at the helm, whatever. He's pulling all the strings. They're pulling his strings. Everybody's scratching each other's backs. Okay, fine. Let's say we move into the legacy financial system 2.0, which is crypto. What does that do for our ability to truly make life-changing money? I think it kills it.
But you know what's going to happen, right?
XRP is going to the moon?
I hope you guys are ready for my answer, but what you're going to hear, what you're going to see is buy XRP. XRP to the moon, baby. $589 XRP, $10,000 XRP. I told you guys, we've been talking about this for years. XRP, they ruled out HBAR, Algorand, whatever Quant, whatever other ISO coin exists out there. Everyone continues to jump on the bandwagon, right? They continue to bow down to the traditional finance system. They continue to bow down to the financial cartels because they want to ride those coattails to life-changing money, and nothing changes.
Hold on. Billy says, BitBoy hasn't convinced me yet that Sam's a bad guy. How can you build a crypto exchange and grow like that, and now the biggest in crypto space, save Binance and not be Billy? I know how smart you are, Billy, because I see what you do in our Discord, in our community. I want you to answer this question for yourself, Billy. I'm going to answer it from what I see. And Miguel, I want to hear what your thoughts are. If you were just a purely finance guy and knew you could make a ton of money in any industry you wanted, doesn't it look good to ride in on a white horse and save the day? Right? So ultimately, they're very likely this. And listen, I want to be clear, Billy. Also, just so you know, this isn't hearsay. This is I have this person's phone number that's friends with Sam Bankman-Fried. So like personal friends. And this person is friends with and loves Sam, right? Like says he's a good ass dude. but he's not a freaking crypto guy. So this isn't like a hearsay type of thing. It's just like a fact. He's not a crypto guy. He's here for the money only. And so you ride in on the white horse, you save the day, which allows everybody to have the response like you're having right now. Like, how could he save crypto and not be a crypto guy? Well, simple. It made him a freaking ton of money.
It's simple. Look, let's look at everybody talks about history. History repeats itself, right? Did Mark Zuckerberg start off as some evil empire? No. College kids start off with a decent goal.
Hot or not? I think it was hot or not, right?
Yeah, try to get girlfriends on the internet, right? Getting some bitches. Simple as that. Look at him now. Look, let's go a little bit further back in history. Bill Gates started off simple, starting off on the computer industry. Look at him now, right? And we can go back on more and more examples. Everybody doesn't start off that way. Hey, everybody watch Breaking Bad. Look at Walter White, right? I'm wrapping up that season right now, right? And basically started off as a regular chemistry dude, real good guy, had a good mission in heart, and look how he ends up. So
power corrupts.
It corrupts with time, and it's just time and money corrupts you absolutely when there's that much power.
I do want to throw in a caveat here. Okay, he very likely is like a good dude. I don't know him, so I'm not sitting here saying Sam Bankman-Fried is a POS, this, that, and the third. What I'm trying to say is that he's not a crypto guy, and he's here not about the crypto space. It's just the US dollar. My concern with that is that means you'll do anything, which even means basically turning your back on crypto to make more US dollars, which is not why we're here, which is going to be the antithesis of the it's going to block our ability to make life-changing gains if it turns into that, I guess is kind of what I'm getting at. So we don't want that. We want crypto to be kind of fringe a little bit. You want wild swings in crypto. Volatility is your friend. If we just turn into the banking system and the stock market, well, now guess what? Load up your 401k. Just
not just that, but it's a slippery slope, right? It starts off with this license, right? This license then becomes a thing that it's off of the companies, and then you're like, well, that doesn't affect me, right? I'm not gonna run a crypto industry company, empire, whatever. I'm good. I still got my crypto. I can still send it here. I can still send it there. But what did they just do? They just put a big barrier for new innovation, right, to come into the market and create the next Binance, to create the next FTX, to create the next, Bored Ape Yacht Club, whatever it is, right? They put a huge barrier and says, now, if you're no longer in the club, sorry, but you're out. It's going to be very difficult for you to get into this club. And once that barrier is created, there's always going to be tweaks and turns and be like, maybe we can expand this a little bit more, make it a little bit harder to get in, right? Because somebody's going to find some type of way around it, under it, over it, whatever, and they're going to see that and they're going to adjust for that, and it's going to get more and more stringent, right? It's almost like taxes. You start off with taxing tea. There was a whole revolution, and look at us now.
That's a good point,
right?
Yeah.
Little by little, one tax here, one tax there, another tax here, another tax there. 100 years go by, and we're just money printing machines, right? So here we are. It's only a matter of time before it just grows, and grows, and all these other ISO companies, and there's going to be other regulations like, well, you need this license, but not just this license. You also need to be ISO whatever compliant, and then you can't do this crypto kind of stuff, and you can't do this NFT kind of stuff. You got to do this standard or that standard, and all this red tape gets put everywhere that literally stops innovation and only allows the people at the top to continue to stay at the top. Why has Facebook continued being at the top even though they suck? It's because they can literally buy everybody out. They can buy the competition. They can steal and they have all the pocket. They have all the people in their pocket in the regulators that benefit them, and they will continue to reign.
I think what concerns me, and I totally appreciate, and again, there's always three sides to every story. I think what concerns me is when you are in the pockets of, or they are in your pockets, depending on how you look at it, of a government that you do know for a fact is playing games with everyone's livelihoods and money currently. I think that what concerns me is that let's be fair. Okay, how many people we got in here? We got 47 people. First of all, I'm hoping we got 47 likes. Take a half a second. If you're mobile, X out of the live chat, smash a like. It takes 2 seconds, guys. We always end up way short on the likes versus views. I just appreciate you guys. We love you. Just smash the like. That's all we ask. And back to what I was getting at is that the if we got 49 people in here right now, I promise you, this is going to sound terrible, but I promise you that there's probably 47 people in here, and I'm not putting myself as one of these people because I would have a hard time with this. I'm going to put Miguel because I know that's what he's going to tell me, and then maybe one other person in the chat. That if I told you that tomorrow you could wake up a billionaire, stay a billionaire, but all you had to do was follow instructions as given by the current administration or the administration as a whole. Do what they tell you to do, no matter what they tell you to do. We've got 47 of 49. There might be 2 people in the whole chat that would say, you know what? No, I'm not gonna sell myself up the river. The reality is most people would do that because they see the billionaire status as complete and utter freedom. And I'm not even, listen, I wasn't trying to play myself as the moral like the patriot here. I would have a very hard time deciding what to do with that. And so I see that that's a possibility of what's happening here. And we try to be as fair as possible. Look from 10,000 feet. Again, might be a great guy, maybe a great guy. Go out and have a beer with him. Maybe he's super cool. You just don't agree with him politically, whatever the case may be. But it seems right now with what he's doing in the background, pushing for things that could push everyone else out of the business of crypto, monopolizing crypto, and being in the pockets or them in the pockets of him as the current regime, if you will. I think it is a conflict of interest, and I think it's a problem for crypto. I think that's really what it comes down to. I don't know.
100%, dude.
I just think it's a simple kind of bada bing, bada boom. It kind of adds up, and all of a sudden, where are we at? What happened? How did we get here?
I mean, it's been happening, right? Like, it's been happening. Like, I hate harping on this point, but XRP, right? XRP has been the little needle, right? The little weed that breaks through the concrete, right? Crypto is the concrete. It's the little weed breaking through. And you're like, how did it get here? How did we allow this to happen, right?
Yeah,
that's what it is. You allow these concepts to build, and people start coming to, accepting these concepts of the traditional system and how powerful they are, and how, there's just nothing you can do against them. So might as well just join them. And this is your opportunity to become one of them. Buy. And then there's like, oh, but now there's also HBAR, and now there's also XLM, and now there's also this other one. Buy all of these because these are all part of the system, and they're gonna allow you in. They're gonna send you to the moon, and you're gonna be an elite just like them. And what happens, right? That just opens the floodgates to people say, wait a minute. They like this. They like this idea. They want to be one of us. Let's come on in. I know how to set up a business. Bam, bam, slam. Boom. Yeah. We set it up. We make it however we want, and they'll bow down to us. They'll take it. It's okay. And we can get rid of all this other junk in the way that, does not benefit us in any kind of way. And people just accept it. People just take it because they are just going to make money, because they say, I can't do anything about it. I can't stand up to them, so I'm not going to do it. And the next guy's like, well, yeah, I can't do anything either. I'm not going to do it. And the next guy and the next guy. So who's going to do it? Nobody.
Yeah, and I think to kind of round things up, I think one of the things that Miguel, our service, I will say, a lot of people will say, okay, well, you talk about it. What are you going to do about it? Well, one of the things we do about it is right now we have a platform where we speak to people, where we speak about what is happening, where we raise awareness. You can't tell me that awareness to a community is not a huge factor, especially nowadays where social media is so big, right? We've got hundreds of thousands of people on TikTok and YouTube and Discord and Twitter and all of these different avenues. Speaking on these things brings awareness. Awareness can bring change because it can bring pressure to and against the societal norm. If we can push against and enough people stand up and say, no, this is not what we want, then we have a chance. No, is CryptoKeeper or BlockchainCrusader going to be able to stand up and pound our fist on the table and say, enough's enough, this has got to change, and then it changes? No, I know that. But if enough people are pounding on desks as a group, as a whole, as a society, and say enough's enough, and are going to their senators and making phone calls and writing and genuinely saying, listen, I am not about this life. Now all of a sudden we have a conversation to have. And I think that's where we need to kind of just pay attention to what's happening, have our eyes open. I talked to a customer today on a construction site, and the conversation, he made a comment that said, oh, it sounds like you're on my team. And I stopped him. And I said, it was a political conversation. It became that. And I stopped him and I said, but that's the problem. And he said, well, what do you mean? And I was like, the fact that I'm on your team is the problem. Teams creates the division. The division is what creates an easier landscape for our government to divide and conquer. What we're looking for is people to come together. So we as the crypto space just need to bond together and say, listen, these are the morals that we have. This is what we're trying to do. We want to take away. We want to decentralize as much as possible. We know it can't happen fully, but we also don't want to have a monopoly in the crypto space where ultimately we're back to our old school financial banking system. That's not what we want. And so we need to band together and not play on different teams, but come together as team crypto, if you will, and say, this is what we believe in. This is the technology that can move us forward. This is something that can change the world. And if we let it, it can also do the exact opposite and take us right back into the Stone Age of the, the legacy financial system.
Yeah, 100%. Just two things. Crypto Gary, thank you for the super chat, man. 100% appreciate it. Says, what's up? Appreciate the stream. Thank you. And another good point over here by Stereo 2 says, I think there are two currents here: how to make money and caring about decentralization. If you become a millionaire, who cares if it's Bitcoin or XRP? Just my opinion. And it's true, right? People just care. There's a big camp of people that just care about money. I like to point the finger at the people that, are all about the ISO coins. They definitely, in my eyes, my opinion, fit that camp. That is just for the money. That is definitely not for decentralization. No matter how way you want to spin it, one way or another, those people are not about decentralization. No matter how decentralized that one cryptocurrency is, the people behind it don't give a rat's ass about decentralization. Yeah. And then the people that do care about decentralization don't, the money is a side effect of the innovation that is being done. But that means that you don't go to the moon tomorrow. That means that you don't buy a Lambo tomorrow. That means that, you continue living the way you live for maybe a few more years until that dream can happen, if that dream ever happens, and if it's achieved. But people don't have the patience for the greater good. People, sometimes are either pressured or through life circumstances, and to just care about the money and the now, and that has long-term effects.
I genuinely believe, to sum things up, I believe that we have an opportunity in front of us to not only purchase crypto at low prices and become wealthy over the long term because of it. If you are in this stream right now, you are in the middle of a freaking ugly bear market. We've got the economy crumbling in on itself. We've got absolute demoralization within our government. Like, everything is wrong right now. And if you're here, I think you care, maybe not just about your money, but maybe you do care about crypto. And so I want to encourage everybody. Miguel and I just started a little bit before you, right? It wasn't for both of us, it wasn't some massive amount of money that we dumped in off of the front. We just steadily continued to put money in. It started before you. And so what I want to encourage everybody is, we can still have that and fight for the greater good. So I want to encourage everybody, first of all, as always, smash those likes. We're doing pretty decent tonight. Like FU said, I think we can do better. A few more likes, X out of the live chat, do your thing there. Jump into our Discord, follow us on Twitter, do all of the things on social. But most of all, guys, support your fellow crypto goons, your fellow crypto fam. And yeah, guys, get yourself prepared. We've got Danger Close Alpha for a reason. We've got the crypto space for a reason. We've brought those two things together with, NFTs, crypto, and the prepper space. And the whole point, community. What is this all about? Community. Who are we speaking to? Our community. Who do we turn to when we need something? Our community. Who does the community turn to when they need something? The same community. We freaking love you guys. We appreciate you for being here. Let's kill it as a crypto community. Let's kill it as a people. Let's love each other. Let's have a great night. Look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow night, TA Thursday. Looks like it's going to be Tom Crown. Now I might be announcing this too early because you never know. Like the lineup can change, but right now it looks like we've got Tom Crown, Crypto Blood, and your boy Magic Internet Money coming on tomorrow night for TA Thursday. I'm not sure about Gareth yet, but we've got a great lineup, so make sure that you guys are here for that. And yeah, every night, guys, Monday through Saturday, 7:30. Get in where you fit in. We love you guys. Question everything.
Trust nothing.
And until next time, hodl
like it's hot.
We will see you soon.